Christmas Eve has a way of revealing who we really are. The streets glow with lights, hearts feel softer, and every small choice seems to matter more than usual. But for one man running through the cold that night, Christmas Eve felt like a test he was already failing. He was late. Again. And he was sure that by the time he arrived, the woman waiting for him would already be gone. Before we begin, if you enjoy emotional stories that restore faith in humanity, please subscribe, like, and share your thoughts in the comments. This is Kindness Lights, where we believe one small act of kindness can change a life forever. Mark tightened his worn jacket as he hurried down the sidewalk, snow crunching under his shoes. His phone buzzed with another missed call from the babysitter. His 7-year-old daughter had cried when he left, afraid he wouldn't be back before morning. Mark promised her he would. He always did. This blind date wasn't something he planned. A coworker had set it up, insisting Mark deserved a chance at happiness. Mark wasn't sure he believed that anymore. Since his wife passed away 3 years earlier, life had become a cycle of long workdays, tight bills, and bedtime stories told with tired eyes. The cafe window glowed warmly ahead, decorated with red ornaments and soft golden lights. Inside, people laughed, couples held hands, and holiday music played quietly. Mark stopped for a moment outside, staring at his reflection. His hair was slightly messy, his hands rough from work. He looked nothing like the men he imagined someone would want to meet on Christmas Eve. Inside, Emily sat alone at a small table by the window. A cup of coffee had gone cold in front of her. She checked her watch again. 40 minutes late. She told herself she wouldn't be angry. But disappointment still crept in. Emily wasn't just anyone. She was a self-made billionaire, though few people knew it. She dressed simply, valued privacy, and had agreed to this blind date because she was tired of being seen for her money instead of her heart. Tonight, she wanted something real. Friends had warned her. If he's late on Christmas Eve, that tells you everything, they said. But Emily stayed. When Mark finally stepped inside, a bell chimed softly above the door. Warm air wrapped around him, and his eyes scanned the room nervously. He spotted Emily right away. She looked elegant but kind, her eyes thoughtful, not judgmental. He approached her table slowly. I'm so sorry for being late, Mark said, his voice tight with embarrassment. My babysitter was delayed, and I didn't want to leave my daughter alone. Emily studied his face. She saw honesty there. Exhaustion too. It's Christmas Eve, she said gently. Life happens. Please, sit. Mark let out a breath he didn't realize he was holding. They talked slowly at first. Mark spoke about his daughter, about working 2 jobs, about how Christmas felt heavier since his wife passed. Emily listened without interrupting, her hands wrapped around her mug. Most people tried to impress on first dates. Mark didn't. He didn't have the energy for pretending. He just spoke from the heart. Emily shared her story too, though she left out the part about her wealth. She talked about loneliness, about how success didn't protect her from quiet nights or empty holidays. As the minutes passed, the cafe felt smaller, warmer. Laughter came easier. Mark smiled more than he had in months. When the bill arrived, Mark reached for it quickly, panic flashing in his eyes. He counted the cash in his wallet twice. Emily noticed and softly said, "Let me get this one." Mark hesitated. Pride tugged at him. Then he nodded. "Thank you. I don't forget kindness." Outside, snow fell gently. Mark checked his phone again, worry returning. "I need to get back to my daughter," he said. "I don't want her waking up scared." Emily paused, then smiled. "Would it be okay if I walked with you for a bit?" They stood under the streetlights, snow catching in Emily's hair. Before they parted, Emily looked at him and said, "You showed up tonight. Even when it was hard. That says more than being on time ever could." Mark swallowed, emotions thick in his chest. A few days later, Mark received a letter. Inside was a simple note from Emily, thanking him for the evening. Tucked behind it was information about a scholarship fund for single parents, fully covering childcare and education support. It was already approved. In his name. Mark's hand shook. Emily never mentioned being a billionaire. She never wanted credit. She only wanted to give kindness where it was needed most. At Christmas, Mark tucked his daughter into bed with tears in his eyes, not from stress, but from hope. And Emily, she learned something too. That waiting, even when it's inconvenient, can lead to the most meaningful connections of all, because sometimes, kindness isn't about grand gestures. Sometimes, it's about staying. Waiting. And choosing compassion when it would be easier to walk away. If this story touched your heart, remember this: you never know what someone is carrying when they arrive late, tired, or afraid. A little patience can become a miracle. This is Kindness Lights. May your kindness be the light someone needs today.